Hi, Spicewood kiddos. It's Miss Rayborn here. We are going to read a story today, and we just know that if I record it with my camera so you can see the pictures so much better, it just goes so much nicer. So our book today is called Sky Tree, Seeing Science Through Art, and it was written by an author named Thomas Locker. So here we go, Sky Tree. It says, once a tree stood alone on a hill by a river. Through the long days, its leaves fluttered in the soft summer breeze. So I want you to just take a moment to look at this beautiful tree and just do some observing. What do you see? It says, when you look at the painting of the tree on the hill, can you remember how you felt on a perfect summer day? So think back to a memory of a beautiful sunshiny day. And how did you feel? But then the day grew shorter, and the nights grew longer, and the winds became cold, and the tree began to change. So I want you to look, because this is the same tree as this one right here. It says, what makes this painting different? So some of the things that I'm noticing is that it's a different time of day. It's definitely darker, right, than the other one. And I can tell by the description that the weather is starting to change, that it's getting a little bit colder. So it looks darker and colder. It says the autumn came and the leaves of the tree turned gold and orange and red, and squirrels hurried to store nuts and acorns. It says, what does this painting show us about autumn colors? Wow, look at these beautiful reds and oranges and yellows. We just experienced not too long ago the trees changing here in Austin. It always happens pretty late in the fall. And look, these squirrels are running around and they're saving up acorns and nuts and things for the winter, which is what they're preparing for. So the leaves are starting to die, actually, which is why they change colors like this. But they haven't fallen off yet. It says, the sun rose later each day, and one morning the light glistened on a thin silver frost. By the end of the day, many leaves had begun to fall, first one and then another. So there's been a cold snap or a frost. Maybe you've gone outside and seen kind of silver sparkly, it almost looks like dust on the windows. So the leaves are now beginning to fall. On a gray day, an old snapping turtle buried herself in the river mud, where she would sleep until spring. The tree's bare branches reached towards the sky, and the clouds opened, and for a moment, the sky filled the branches. This question says, why is this painting so strange? So this is the same tree we've been observing all along, and look at this, because the clouds are sort of filling the sky, and not right in there. It almost looks like the sky is the leaves on the tree, like it's a blue tree, but we know that actually it's just the sky filtering through. On a misty morning, a flock of birds landed where the tree leaves had been. The birds chirped and squabbled and sang, but suddenly their wings beat in the air and they flew away. It says, how does this painting capture the feeling of a misty day? So what is different about this painting than maybe this one or even this one? How does it capture a misty feeling? I'm going to let you think about that at home. Clouds gathered and filled the tree's empty branches, and then they drifted away. It says, how does the painting show how water and air change the way we see things? So water and air can be clouds, right? We saw once before where it looked kind of like a blue tree. Right now, all the clouds are behind the tree, and it's almost looking like a white tree. Ice formed on the river edge. With its roots deeply in the earth, the tree stood ready for winter. Wow. It says, does this painting make you feel as if something is about to happen? Oh, so ice is starting to form. What could be about ready to happen? Let's see. The snow fell. Snug in their nest, a family of squirrels huddled close through those cold winter days. It says, how does this painting capture the stillness of a snowy day? We actually just very recently had a snowy day here in Austin, and Miss Rayborn loved going early in the morning and looking at how quiet it was. And it did feel very, very still until everyone came out of their houses to play in the snow. It was very quiet and still to start with. So maybe you have in your recent memory a tree that looks like this tree. At night, millions of stars twinkled among the branches of the tree. Beneath the river ice, the old snapping turtle slept, and the world was waiting for spring. Wow, look at that. Look at this beautiful sky. It's a night sky full of stars. The question says, does this painting make you feel small? Sometimes when I look up at a big sky full of stars, I feel a little bit small just because I know how far away they are and that I'm just a very small little part of the world, right? Late one afternoon, a golden light streamed through the clouds and warmed the tree. The ice on the river began to melt and the snow disappeared into the ground. Wow. So the question says, how does this painting show that winter is ending? So I want you to think about that. What about this painting makes it look like winter is almost over? To me, I see the sun beginning to shine through, which feels kind of warm. And I see that the ice is breaking up here. And I also see that the snow is starting to melt down here. There's sort of just patches of snow on the grass, like it's starting to melt away. The smell of wet earth filled the air, and the squirrels raced through the fresh grass and up the tree. The sap rose into the tree's tight buds. Wow, look, okay, so the squirrels are back out. The sun is shining beautifully. It says, does this painting make you feel hopeful? This looks like the start of something new to me. The old snapper turtle crawled out of the mud to lay her eggs inside of the warm hillside. The tree's leaves uncurled in the spring sunlight, and the birds returned to build nests for their young. Oh my goodness. Look, we can see that spring is happening. It says the tree is now full and round again. So we've seen the tree go through lots of changes. The tree stood on the hill by the river once again. Its leaves fluttered in the soft summer breeze. Wow, look at that. So it's back to being summer again. We've seen the tree go through all of the phases and stages that it goes through in a year, and it has re-bloomed. Look, this question says, why do you think this book is called Sky Tree? We've been talking a lot about the tree, haven't we? However, in every illustration, I noticed that the sky was really telling a lot of the story of what season it was. This looks like a beautiful sunrise or a sunset to me. It could be either one, but the sky is really telling us almost as much about what season it is as the tree is. So that's pretty important. So thanks for listening to Sky Tree with Miss Rayborn. I'm so excited to tell you a little bit about how we're going to be inspired and draw some trees of our own, and in possibly different seasons and different stages. So, bye for now.